Hey everyone, Hydrahead here. This is the Green Lantern by Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp and Oliff. Sharp's on pencils and inks, Morrison's writing, and Oliff's on colors, if I remember correctly. I'll double check in a little bit though. Now this is I believe I think it's kind of a reimagine. I don't know what I'm saying. So this is, I'm a big fan of Liam Sharp. I do like Morrison. Sometimes he can get a little bit long-winded and boring, but for the most part I like Morrison. Oliff I'm not familiar with. I'm not sure if this is picking up where something left off. I was fairly up to date on Green Lantern, and I wasn't really sure where we were taking off with this. But basically we got Hal Jordan is in trouble with the Green Lanterns. He's been basically considered persona non grata. They want nothing to do with him. They don't explain why or anything. We just know that he's basically out of work. He's still got his ring, but they took his battery lantern, so he can't recharge his ring anymore. So for the most part, he's pretty powerless, other than just being, highly combat trained. And something bad happens in the Lantern Force. It comes back around to Hal, and Hal ends up back in the Lanterns and fighting some stuff that I'm not super familiar with, to be completely honest. So as far as the art quality, it's very on point. Liam always does a good job. I've heard some people say that they don't like the way he does space. They think he's more of a fantasy artist, and I would agree that his fantasy work is superior to his space work. Like, why am I blanking on the name? Oh, I can't believe I forgot the name, but that, the series he just did, that was Batman and Wonder Woman. Wow, it was Celtic themed. Anyway, the art in that was phenomenal. The art in this is good, but some of the, super techie looking space stuff is very, very organic looking and, natural lifestyle. And I think a lot of people are like me, and when they think high-tech future space, they want more mechanical, electronical themed stuff. And it's not to say that space can't have highly advanced organic organisms, but well, this is a fantastic opening for a space comic. Love that panel layout, the colors. That's just good stuff right there. But look at this. We got this this fucking spider pirate thing. But back here, we got these clearly organic organisms that are doing some sort of advanced technological stuff. But when you see that, to me, it looks like some sort of fantasy world that's got a lot of magic or shit going on. My first thought isn't space. The farther you get into it, the more spacey it gets, and I'm not complaining. I really enjoyed it. I'm just trying to understand some of the complaints that I've heard others make, or others have. So we basically start off with this Green Lantern here. He's trapped in a battle with some people. I don't like the way he did the dialogue through this whole portion. Everybody's got this weird, funky accent that doesn't carry through the entire story. So, all these guys of this race have one way of talking, but, 10 pages on, they're not going to talk the same way. It's like Morrison just got tired of trying and was like, they can all talk the same now. Either that or maybe editing made some change to it. I'm not 100% sure, but essentially we got this race of people. They have a Green Lantern in a gladiatorial event fighting this space pirate. The Lantern's just trying to arrest people. He pulls some tomfoolery with his backup, who is it's not her. This is actually his backup. He's a phlegm lantern. And you basically catch him, which was kind of funny and cool and whatnot. Not a big fan of this lantern. He comes across as extremely effeminate. This seems kind of forced, and I wasn't a big fan. She's pretty cool, though. So, basically, he survives the interaction, he arrests these people, and then some serious shit starts to go down. We think it's because these guys have some MacGuffin, which, of course, there's a MacGuffin. It's called, the time clock or something, or the luck clock, and if it's turned to you, then you have luck. Fantastic art, though. I should reiterate that. I really do enjoy this art. Story is kind of so far, but, you know. It was only $4.99, and it's fucking a big book, too, which is nice. And then this is kind of weird. So we got, like, this opening story, right? And then apparently the actual book starts. So that was another thing. It's The Green Lantern, Beware My Power. Or is it Intergalactic Lawman? Or is it Hal Jordan Brings Justice to the Stars? I don't know. There's like 3 titles. I don't know what it is. I know a third of the way into the book, we begin the Intergalactic Lawman. Yeah, Steve Oliff as colors. So, this right here is kind of stupid. Hal's just laying out under the stars. His wife gets home, and it's like, I left 5 hours ago. Have you moved a single inch? Get up off your ass and give me a hand with the groceries, Hal Jordan. I bought that cheap hot salsa you love so much. Tell me, why is hot salsa in bold? Why? Why does she put emphasis on hot salsa? Is this supposed to be a sexual innuendo? Because hot salsa isn't sexy, if that's the case. How much of this emergency vitamin C does a healthy person need, Eve? I lost my job again, pumping gas at the all-night 52 pickup. Seriously, why are you just bolding random words? This is so fucking stupid. You were a test pilot for Ferris. Test pilot is a big deal, Hal. That's job deluxe, 1 in a million. Do you read this? Bold text means emphasis on the word. Why are you emphasizing words in the middle of this freaking sentence that don't need emphasis? That's really annoying, by the way. And I blame the letter for this. I don't blame Grant or Liam. I blame, what's your name? Tom Orzechowski? I don't know. But Tom, pay attention to what you're bolding, please. Oh, and then after they're done talking about salsa and how he has no job and yeah, I hate me too. Boom! Fucking under the stars. And then we get this call out to the old Hulk TV show. I don't know if you guys used to watch the black and white, and then it did become color, but the old Hulk with Lou Ferrigno. This is like the end of every episode, except this would be Bruce Banner or Dr. Banner instead of Hal Jordan. So anyway, Hal is just walking down a random road, which has no turn lanes, or has no passing lane, which is fucked of him. Decides to stop and eat a foot-long hoagie, because who doesn't have a foot-long hoagie in their backpack? And then that's when some random dude who doesn't speak a shit for English starts talking to him, harassing him. He looks like a dingy old hobo. It turns out he's actually from another planet. Hal calls him out. All these guys start battling him, and then this car goes by, right? And we got this old man. Don't look at them, honey. Bum fight championships. They're in training. And she looks just as aged as him with fake red hair, but then she's got all these stupid-ass tattoos that you wouldn't expect an older woman to have. And then as they're driving by, oh yeah, he's like, bum fight championships in training. And then as they're driving by, she just sits up and she's like, yeah, bums rule! So, I don't know why they put Gail Simone in this, but they did. Hal Jordan beats up these guys. They turn into a single entity and then apparently just disappear. We don't really get anything else other than that, so he must have killed them. But anyway, that's when we run into this Green Lantern that we saw near the beginning. Hal finds out about the death of the other guys. This guy's like, you gotta help us, Hal. And so Hal's like, well, I'd love to, but my battery's been taken for service and they've never given it back. So this one gives him his battery to use. Hal recharges his ring, sends him home. Awesome transformation page. Very cool. I'm a big fan of that. And then Hal goes on the attack, and we have this. Like, what the hell is this? The Crane Wife. I don't understand why this neckbeard is wearing a shirt that says the Crane Wife. And is that supposed to be his wife? Because I don't think it is. Anyway. So as these bad dudes are taking out Earth, Hal Jordan's been informed about the MacGuffin, but as it turns out, the MacGuffin is a fake, so it does nothing. Hal Jordan wins fairly easy. And then that's when we find out, oh man, look at that. That is gorgeous right there. I really, really like that. Whew. Some good stuff. So Hal gets invited back into the Lanterns. They're like, hey, thanks for helping us out. You're one of us again. Let's get started on conquering some shit. That's when we find out that the real bad guys are working with some sort of antimatter lantern, which I'm sure if you're super familiar with the Green Lanterns, you know who that is, what that is, and what's going on with that. I personally do not. But I'm guessing, going by the end, I have an idea, but I don't want to go into it. So, free comic code. I should have mentioned this at the beginning. I'm sure nobody actually watched to the end. But here you guys go. You don't need to pay for this. I will just give it to you. All right, that's dccomics.com/redeem, right? Yeah. And this is your code. Enter it, get it, enjoy it. Tell me what you think if you do. All right, that's my review. Hell Hydra, baby.